Hi everyone, thank you for listening to Movies with Love, and this is my review for the movie Him. So this movie was produced by Jordan Peele. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's a new Jordan Peele movie." It's more on the lines of his studio produced it, but there was a different director and a different writer. This movie, I know this movie got some bad reviews to it, but if I had to give this movie some stars, I would maybe give it maybe a 3.5 out of 5. This movie was so different that it's hard to hate it. It's like it's really hard to hate it because of how different it was. So once you are introduced to something that's so different, there's gonna be a bias of, oh, I appreciate this, or I didn't get it. It sucks. I'm gonna give it a bad review. Sometimes there's a bias of what we don't understand. We just automatically label it as bad. So, something this original and different, I can't just say it sucked because I see that it's art and it's different. Marlon Wayne's performance was amazing. The actors were amazing in this movie, all three of them, all of them. Um, yeah, Marlon Wayans did a great job. He was very organic in this movie. You could tell that he channeled something out that was like deep within him to really make this character come to life. You can tell there was a lot of improvising on the script. um, but yeah, this movie was great. I loved it. I really liked it. I know a lot of people, especially certain religious tones were put in the trailers and the previews, and there was a lot of oh, it's mocking. It's very anti-Christian and it's mocking God, and there were some false scenes put in the trailer also. I was looking at the trailer when I was watching the movie. There were certain scenes that were in the trailer that actually were built up into the movie, but never actually happened. And it was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. But I'm not going to say which scenes because I don't really want to spoil the movie. But so, of course, if you guys know the symbolism of what this movie is about, I don't want to bring too much to my attention. But yes, this is a very spiritual movie. Um, you get it. If you get it, you get it. If you know, you know. And a lot of people say, "Oh, we get it. We understand about all that stuff." But it's like it's more on the spiritual side of what is really happening in the world. Like this movie explains that stuff, that kind of stuff, but it explains it from more of a psychological point of view or more of a soul's point of view of what is it that our soul is going through or experiencing once it's seeing this kind of stuff. So I don't want to spoil too much, but the main character wants to play football and he injures himself. And the injury that he gets on his brain basically causes a type of trauma that stops his brain from being able to like properly filter out reality and the energies that are going on. And so his brain is interpreting these energies through like psychedelic sighting, like psychedelic visuals. So a lot of the weird stuff that you do see in the movie, it's like his mind or maybe his sixth chakra, if you want to say it, is actually like kind of activating and deactivating at the same time. It's like he's aware of what's going on in that realm in a sense. The movie feels very like there's gaps, like there's things missing, like the scenes don't match up properly. And the movie was purposely made that way because the movie is told from the main character's perspective. So because it's told from the main character's perspective, the scenes that we are seeing in the movie and what we're being exposed to, it's not from a viewer's point of view, it's from the main character's point of view, what the main character is feeling, what the main character is experiencing. And so the movie was made in such a way that we experience the emotional experiences that the main character is going through. And I think that's what made a lot of people disconnect from the movie or feel weird because they're like, they were expecting some kind of weird, like, some kind of like entertainment, sort of like, we want to watch this as like a movie. But no, the movie was a piece of art and it was told from a perspective. And if you can't connect to that perspective, then the movie's going to go over your head, you know? And a lot of people say, we know about that stuff already. And it's like, yeah, but it's a bit deeper than that, you know? And I think a lot of people latch on to hating this movie onto the, we know about that stuff already. And I know I've heard some people say that they don't like the skeletal type visuals that they did for the directing. I'm just like, come on, bro, we don't see that too often. But a lot of people said that about Creed 3 also, when there was a boxing match and like everybody, the entire crowd went silent and all you could see is like this weird realm where the two were boxing each other. And it was like, this is what they're experiencing as boxers. And a lot of people were like, oh, that was some weird directing. I didn't get it. Why is it that everyone disappeared and the sound went? It's like, come on, appreciate unique directing when you see it. So I don't know what else I can say about this movie. It was great. Um, like I said, I can't give it. I'm not gonna give it a 5 or 4. I have to give it a 3.5 simply because it's such a unique type movie that it's just, I gotta put it like right in the middle because it's just so different, you know. And it's like, there's, with that aspect alone of it being unique and different and an artistic movie, not entertainment purpose based movie, it, you know, it's kind of its own category, and it's hard to properly judge the movie because sometimes a movie is created for an experience, sometimes a movie is created for entertainment. And this movie was created for an experience, you know. The ending made worth it. What happened at the end of this movie definitely made watching the movie worth it. I don't know how half of this stuff got released to the public. Watching this movie, I'm just like, how did he get away? How did they get away? How did he get away with revealing this or showing this stuff? You know, but you know, God, this movie was definitely made. God definitely made a move way. I definitely felt closer to God after watching this movie. Um, like I said, a very spiritual movie. And if you know, you know. So when I watched it, especially toward the end, you know, there's certain scenes when I just felt like, yeah, this movie was definitely channeled. Some of these pieces, some of these visuals, some of these things that are in this movie, a person can't make this. A person cannot get this in tune with, you know, the spirituality or the essence of what this scene represents or what the scene means or how it came out, how it was created. Definitely a lot of these scenes were channeled out. And you usually can tell. You usually know when a scene is channeled. A lot of writers will, you know, even some directors will go through that when they will be in their art, and the art will end up possessing the creator, and the creator will be like, whoa, wait, I did that, I wrote that, I directed that. And sometimes they don't even know that they did it, you know. It was because something that took over, you know, was the art. So definitely you could see that a lot in this movie. Yeah, if you know, you know. But good movie, great movie. Thank you, Marlon Wayans, and I can't think of the other actors and and the director at the moment, but I do want to thank all of them for doing a great job. And I really hope that you guys see this movie. I know there's a lot of negative reviews about it and things like that, but that was to be expected for something like this and for what it's about. Same as The Sound of Freedom, when that movie came out and everyone trash talked it, and there was a bunch of political problems with it, and they were like, "Oh, it's anti this and anti left wing and anti right wing," and it was like, nah. This movie was on a subject that affected a certain elite group of people, a certain group of individual elites, and it got bad reviews for it. That's just how it is. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. Him's a great movie, enjoyed it, and thank you for listening to Movies with Love.